What's happening, y'all? This is Andrew from Mirror Music 99, and I'm back with another reaction video now. One of the comments, I don't know, it's been a few weeks now, suggested after, I think I did Precious Things by Lupe Fiasco to do Mural as well, which is from Tetsuo and Youth. I see that it's almost 9 minutes long, so my expectations going in to this are, one, I know Lupe is very lyrically dense, and the layers in his lyrics are very deep. Like, there's multiple meanings of most of the lines. I'm assuming that to be the case. I'm also assuming that he's creating a soundscape of some kind and a lyricscape of some kind. That's what I'm inferring from the title, Mural. He's like making this large, I mean, it's almost 9 minutes, so it is large, but this vast, epic kind of piece. So that's what I'm kind of expecting as I'm listening. So this is kind of, I don't know, I mean, other than Rapper's Delight, of any other hip-hop songs that are like this kind of length. So I'm looking forward to hearing what that sounds like, whether it's instrumental breaks, which is, in rock and roll songs, if you have songs this long, you usually have long instrumental breaks, or if it's really that lyrically dense all the way through. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm not a hip-hop expert at all. I am working on this channel with Coop from According to Hip Hop, who has been my friend since we were 15 years old. He's teaching me about hip-hop music more than I already knew. So you guys are going to have to help me, because I know for 100% certain that I'm going to miss some stuff in here. So here we go. This is Mural by Lupe Fiasco. It's a saxophone. It's singing too, though. It's like a jazz intro, both cymbals and the vocal too, and the piano. It sounds like some Thelonious Monk shit. It's accelerating a little bit now, right? All right, before he gets into this, because he's about to start dropping it, I think, because that was his mic check, but I do not have the lyrics pulled up in front of me either. So, again, I guarantee I'm going to miss some of this. So, you guys are going to have to get in the comments and help me out for the stuff that I miss.
Raw chemicals, vitamins and minerals, and Vicodin with inner tubes wrapped around the arm. To see the vein like a chicken on the bond. Top cat chat, let's begin another yawn. Let's fly sausage cheese, or is it chicken palm? But roosters don't fly like boosters don't buy. So what powers cowards to get them to the top? Just to fall asleep, listen in the box. The ribbon in the sky is the ribbon that I drop. Dribbling the eye across the prism of a clock that lacks meaning, but racks up stacks of fat reading. The catch cheap and wrapped up plants from trap dealings. Now what's a coffin with a scratch ceiling? And what's the talking without...
God, there's so many images in there again. Again, this is another one I'm gonna have to like pull the lyrics up and do a bar breakdown of too. But there's the heroin addict image, because it talks about the inner tube around your arm, right, and the veins, and the vitamins and minerals, and we're all made up of chemicals. So, which is an interesting double thing too, because we are literally made up of chemicals, like our natural biological bodies are made up of chemicals and chemical compounds. But he's also talking about, I think what I'm hearing so far is the introduction of other, not just drugs, but other things, other stimuli, both Bach and like drugs, into what's a natural system.
Without the match feeling, it's berry living and cherry picking every lemon from your berry system, then proceed with the pack feeding. When I was young, I had visions of another world, sneaking looks at the porn stash of my brother Hurl. Incense smoke made vortices and other curls, casting calls for porn films and ad space for rubber girls.
Other things to
I like
input,
my
right?
pancakes cutting swirls, Moroccan moles and undercover squirrels. I like cartoons, southern cities with large moons, faith healers, ex-female drug dealers, and art booms. Apologize for my...
That's an interesting turn of phrase, to ex-female drug dealers, because the X is appended to the female, not to the drug dealers, right? And I don't know if he did that just because of the rhythm of the line or because of the gender identity of the person he's speaking of. But it's interesting. And there's a couple of other things like that I've caught so far that are, I don't say they're not quite right, but they're not like the normal way people would phrase them. So one would assume he's using that to catch your attention and draw multiple meanings out.
On my weird mix, what tastes like hot dogs and tear drips, and looks like pantomime and clear bricks, and smells like shotguns and deer piss. They on a hunt, kinda salty that I'm going hard. First part of a party that I throw in pods. 1 minute you playing pool, next minute you throwing darts. But that's how you do with a party that you throwing bars.
Throwing bars?
Like I'm
Is he
throwing
saying?
cards. Popular mechanics to overdosing hard. Pink cold pictures like Nova Scotia landscapes. Nerd gang, McMandelbrot sets when we handshake. A word game, back up, playing that can damn licks. Back up, the word playing that the man states means I can still be the man that the dam breaks. And when the man breaks, some reflections what they can't face. But Pyrrha still treat the mirror like it's a fan base.
Okay, did he punch that in? Because that was like 30 or 45 seconds I didn't hear a breath in at all. Like that's insane. Breath control, which actually would fit with the jazz intro, right? I mean, the people who sing like that woman did at the very beginning have tremendous breath control. And I remember talking to Coop about this from his hip hop career too, that it's more hip hop is more physically demanding than you would think. It's not just speaking words, right? It's controlling the breath and the phrasing and that kind of thing too. I don't know whether he really did it all of that in one breath, but if he did, it's insane. I'm gonna pull it back just a touch. I'm going to pull it back.
Veteran, the eagle feathered man of medicine that hovers above cities like weathermen or maybe weather woman. Whatever better to tell you weather coming. I prefer girls to rain on.
He's using all these different versions of weather too, right?
Rain man, a rain like rain dance, a rain like a slight chance of rain.
And playing with
rain and a rain like
rain too.
Santa Claus slay man, but rain like queens that reign over May man, and not queen like queen killer, Rhapsody Bohemian queen, but queen like white glove wave hand. And not wave hand like
he's
it's
playing
a
with Queen.
Wave, so you make a fan by waving your hand. I'm talking wave like you saying hey.
That's right.
Man. And not hate for horses and horses like you.
Jesus.
You
look at all this wordplay.
Like it's a fortress and treat every single one of your words like reinforcements, and especially when you're recording.
Drop that back in there.
That's important. When I was reporting that I was poor. But now I'm more than it's still hooker heels on my sugar hills and sweet spots. Crying shames make margarita rims from cheap tops. Deep plots and floor to ceiling windows for my pea pots. A little scenes with the sickle swings to make the wheat drop in 100 words for them hummingbirds that like to eavesdrop and fan out like peacocks with a parakeet that beatbox. So the sun rise when the beat drop and the sun dies when the beat stops.
You got to do here. You hear that rhythm? I'm assuming most of the people who have watched this video have heard the song before, but those of you who haven't, like, listen to the change of the flow right here.
It's still hooker heels on my sugar hills and sweet spots. Crying shames make margarita rims from cheap tops. Deep plots and floor to ceiling windows for my pea pots. A little
speed up
with the sickle swings to make the wheat drop in 100 words for them hummingbirds that like to eavesdrop and fan out like peacocks with a parakeet that beatbox. So the sun rise when the beat drop and the sun dies when the beat stops.
See, double it. Like he kind of doubles up the beat in there, or doubles up the rhythm of the line there. There's so much in here that's like subtle, but I don't want to say he's doing it to show off, but it does feel very intentional and very virtuosity-ish. I just made a word. virtuoso performance, right? I mean, he's showing off the limits of his skill. And maybe that's what this song is. Maybe you can help me out with that too. Is that what this is? Like he's just showing, or he's trying to push the limits of what a hip hop song can be, because the thematic content here is very, I don't know. So far, it feels very free form, almost freestyled. Where he's not just looking for the rhymes and just looking for how the words fit together, but it's almost like the content is secondary to the wordplay, maybe a little bit. And the wordplay is like insane. Maybe my brain is just too slow to catch his meanings to start with. I mean, I'm not saying there's no meaning to this. I mean, there clearly is. I'm just haven't caught all of it yet.
Then it unties, then it relax, then it relapse, then it detox, then he back like a heat pack on his kneecaps at the weak spot, cause he want what we got, like, yeah.
It's almost like he's pulling the jazz part back now, the vocal part.
Yeah.
We've answered the,
poetry like a young honorary Morrissey, then spit it.
I figured out that this is a very lyrical intensive song. There's not really a hook here. There's not really any like thing to catch your ear to other than the virtuosity of the wordplay. It's nuts though how intensely the words are put together. And it's almost all lyric, like we're at 4.5-ish minutes now. It's almost all lyric, right? There's not a whole lot of instrumental break so far. I'm going to drop back at the beginning of this last verse. You guys know who Morrissey is? I assume most of you do, but Morrissey was the lead singer originally of a band called the Smiths, and had a solo career after that. Very dark music, very I don't say depressing, but I mean that's the story that goes along, or the reputation that goes along with that band. This is like early mid 80s, and he is very his reputation is certainly that of being ornery, and of being a poet too. Look up his album Meat is Murder, and the song Every Day is Like Sunday if you want kind of a sense of what kind of music that's looking at. And I love those kind of references because it shows that Lupe Fiasco is not well read, that's not the word, but is pulling from a wide variety of sources, which is pretty cool, I think. That's one of the themes of this channel.
Yeah.
Check it out again.
Then forge poetry like a young honorary Morrissey, then spit it to the golden lock facts who like they porridge all watery, not scorching nor sorbity from the steel orbiting sorcerer, sorcery coming down gorgeously. Just like a Stacey Dash waterfall, a more torturing, a waterboarding Barbie doll, a river of
say a waterboarding Barbie doll?
Carnival, swimming in feminine bikinis made out of barbasol. Somebody give them the volleyballs. If you love her, don't ever send her to Molly Mars. Homie, if she lonely, she might end up in Macaulay's claws. Coming out the closet over goblets down at Mardi Gras. The fame, champagne, walk of shame, lobby car. My rap position was black condition and activism. Ammunition for abolition missions. Attacking systems, but they not after listen. Less is dropping, no activision. Are we apps or are we bodies filled with apparitions? Operating applications stuck inside an Apple prison. Chicken hacking download updates that lack religion. Or are we more than soil tainting, disloyal changelings, preoccupied with boy and goyle chasing?
Okay, so it seems like he's weaving together. This is another. I mean, he's talking about the Apple updates and stuff like that briefly in there, but you're talking about all the other inputs that we put into our corporeal form, like our bodies, right? And he's moved from, it seems now, moving from the like physical body, the things that we put into our bodies, the food, the drugs, the whatever else, and moved on to like the other inputs like Apple, like iPhones, and like those kind of technological inputs too, maybe?
Foiling others royal saintings, I sit back and watch the world through eye holes in my oil paintings. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Unless you Virgin Mary, nothing do it. but to trust. Believe all that, unless you judge. Life is not a dictionary, it's a thesaurus. And I feel like a missionary to a clitoris, the water bearer air of traditions that I swear to never change my chair position or conditions of my porridge. Submission for sedition against the religion of a chorus.
Love where he puts that, doubles it up there.
Forest. As I perform a nerd storm, I prefer my pictures in word
Perform a
form.
nerd storm.
Bury the hatchet like
Yep, there it
how
is. See, I was right. Good, cool. So our inference, or my inference, about the title is true. He's saying painting a picture in word form, right? I want to say it exactly. Let me go back and listen to it again to make sure I'm saying exactly what he says.
Chorus, keep them golden weed thieves out the motherfucking forest. As I perform a nerd storm, I prefer my pictures in word form.
Yeah, I perform a nerd storm. I prefer my pictures in word form. So he is painting a picture with his words. So that gives him a little more freedom, I think, around the idea of trying to have a linear narrative, because there's not really a linear narrative in the song. But he's painting a picture, right? That's the argument that he's making, is that he's painting a picture. He's creating an almost a visual piece of art with the words, right? So in that sense, the sounds and the cadences of the words are almost more important than the literal meanings of the word, which you can get from the line from just before that. He says something like, "Life is not a dictionary; it's a thesaurus." I'm paraphrasing. Excuse me. I'm paraphrasing that badly, but that's the idea of what he said. So yeah, he is painting a mural, right? So I guess in that sense, you would think of each rhyme or each verse as being like an object on the canvas, sort of.
Bury the hatchet like how a bird born. As I paint cold pictures like Kool-Aid facing condensation, having conversations with flavorful combinations, slave to my concentration. So this OJ, the juice man, meets OJ with two hands and two gloves. That's too snug to judge who drew blood. And Lupe, look at all these two cans. In a cemetery,
I love the places where he drops the beat out and pulls it back in.
To the pigeons doing somersaults. Road runners don't fall off cliffs, they run across anomalies by the colony, flukes by the reservoir. While in pursuers end up as poofs on the desert floor. Levitating youths who know the truth of where the fountain hides. Buckaroo roofs painting tunnels onto the mountainsides. 1,000 parts a pound, a heart, an ounce of eyes, an ounce and out of doubt, and mouth pronounces out accounts of lies. Chocolate counts by the counts of 5. Refrigerator
chocolate counts.
Animals and monsters. Incinerator shoots in the manual for Contra. Assorted memories from my childhood. Absorbing energy from the wild woods.
Yeah, I just pulled the vocal back in, like the singing.
Contract. Chinese char killing cucarachas on contact. Chicago, spread gun aficionado. Efficient spitting, bridging divisions isn't Chicano. Who's the boss? If it isn't, listen Milano. Do the call, ninja mission into the Congo. Polarized envy of the older guys. Black Obi Shinobi hitting Kino in the face with all my throwing knives. Sub-Zero guiding, hiding, riding in the pack as well. Sound Village, Leaf Village, Wolf Spirit, magic spells. Yeah.
It is like a magic spell, whole song.
Face seers need samurais to catch the L. Special research vessels made for catching whales. Fillet of fish, ship, sea shepherd, peppered with extra sails. Rewrite history, liberty needs a better bail. Maybe harder irons and carbon fibers that never fail. Smarter science mixed with our art alliance, a fairy tale. Or maybe just a metal pail you hit with steel tools to announce you've had enough and dropping out of SEAL school. Just like trout jumping out their house to let their gills cool. Cuba scuba couldn't take the temperature of my skill pool, yeah. Said it feels cool to kill fools. Slipping through the cracks like when you try to grill gruel. Techno Viking water bottle and not following pill rules. Will have you off the throttle when you should be modeling chill move. Roller skate maker or you just cobbling wheel shoes. Overweight taster of king's food that kills crews. Oblivious featherweight baker who autograph cakes whenever his quill moves over your milieu. Simple as a Buddhist monk in the temple standing in some hill grooves with the abbot practicing stillness. Real still till he realizes realness. Defeat samsara, achieves nirvana and brilliance. Yeah.
So that's a lot, right? And I think both the scope of the song and the lyrical intensity is supposed to be a lot. I think that's kind of what you're supposed to feel here. like if you were standing in front of Guernica by Picasso, like, or any other like huge, like not important huge, but like physically large piece of art, and you're looking kind of up at it. Guernica is a painting, but looking up at the Michelangelo's David, or looking up at the Sistine Chapel ceiling, or those kind of things, um, you're supposed to feel smaller, right? You're supposed to feel reduced in scale. You're supposed to feel like, not insignificance, not the word, but in awe, right? I mean, I think that's the feeling that he's going for, or that's the feeling that I get from this anyway, because it does feel like a mural, and it doesn't feel like a mural of like a bunch of like, it doesn't feel like one large dragon on the mural or whatever. It feels like a bunch of small pieces, right, that cover a large canvas. And that's not something that the human eye can all take in all at once. That's not something that the human eye can take in all at once, right? If you're looking up at the Sistine Chapel ceiling, you're looking at a piece, and then another piece, and then another piece, and another piece, and another piece. You can't visually take in the whole thing at once, right? And that kind of piece of art also requires multiple listenings or multiple viewings or multiple whatever. And it's one of those things that's going to give you different vibes every time you interact with it, right? Um, I definitely feel like this is a song that would reveal more the more I listen to it. So, in that way, it feels almost like I'm cheating the song a little bit by doing a first listen reaction. I've never heard this song before, so I'm doing a first take reaction. I mean, it's fun to talk through, but I know I'm leaving so much on the table here. Like, there's so much in there that is just flying over my head at this point. So, if you guys want to help me fill in the gaps, that's cool. I may do a bar breakdown of the verse and talk about um, the intricacies of how he's putting some of these bars together, because they are very dense, but the actual poetics of them are very dense as well. Like the rhyme schemes that he's using, the changing up of the rhythm within the lines, all of that is sublime, right? So um, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care, y'all.